What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about how NIO is going to be unveiling its new autonomous driving platform and their new mid-size sedan. Now, before we get into all of that, if you enjoy this video, make sure you go down and hit that like and subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're never late on any of these videos and you never miss anything and you can stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks. Now, NIO Day is a massive event for this company, and that's going to be taking place not in the middle of January as a lot of everybody thought, but on January 9th. In this day, they're going to unveil their new technologies along with a couple of their new cars. Recently, however, the odds have not been stacked in NIO's favor. They had a big short attack by famous short seller Citron, which they gave a price target in the mid-20s, which was not good for this company. They had a massive delisting threat over this past weekend. Donald Trump signed an executive order with lots of bipartisan support that supported the delisting of Chinese stocks. Now, essentially what this bill said was that if the Chinese companies that are traded on our exchanges cannot abide by our accounting rules, then they will be kicked off. So that means that all of the companies have at least 3 years to get their accounting standards in order before they face any kind of delisting threats. NIO also had a massive stock offering of about $3.2 billion, which sent the share price tumbling. And they said that they needed this money for mainly market penetration and for research and development for their new batteries and autonomous vehicle software. The fall of the share price really had nothing to do with the fundamentals of NIO as a company. In fact, the November sales numbers were about 5,300 vehicles, which for the month of October and November is a 100% increase from the numbers in 2019, which is very good. This company is showing a massive growth for their cars. The EC6 model has been doing incredible sales numbers, which we have seen in the numbers that have been released to us thus far. Electric vehicle companies are kind of in their own sector when it comes to valuing companies. If you take a look at Tesla, they have an incredibly high valuation compared to what their sales numbers would reflect. Now, this is because of the software and technology that they put into these cars. The valuation of these companies isn't really based in the sales as of right now, but it is more based in how quickly they can develop the technologies that before, 5 years ago, we thought was impossible, such as the full electric vehicles and especially full autonomy where you don't have to actually pay attention in the car at all, and the robo-taxis. As I said before, NIO Day is coming up on January 9th, and that's going to be a very important day for this stock. If we take a look over here, we can see that the 150 kilowatt hour battery pack, NIO, which in early November announced its 100 kilowatt hour battery pack, is set to announce an improved 150 kilowatt hour pack at the NIO Day event, Li Hong reportedly said. Now, this would give the NIO vehicles a range of over 900 kilometers. Now, if you're thinking, what will all of the older NIO vehicle owners do because of this? That's a very good question. But NIO has also unveiled its battery charging stations and battery swap stations. As I've talked about in my other videos, NIO is rolling out 100 battery charging and swap stations throughout China in 2021. Now, this means if you're a NIO vehicle owner and you want to get the new technology of the new cars, you can go to one of these stations and get your battery swapped out so your vehicle will have a longer range and improved quality. If we look a little bit farther up in this article, we can see that the new ET7 sedan is expected to launch and is expected to compete with Tesla's Model 3. It's a little bit bigger than the Tesla's Model 3, but it is going to be a very competitive model. Tesla has said that 47% of all of their vehicle sales will be from China in the year 2021. NIO has a lot of competition, not just from Tesla, but from BYD and XPeng. The most shocking part of this article, however, was the 150 kilowatt hour battery that I mentioned earlier. That would give the battery a range of 500 to 600 miles, and that would be the longest battery range on the market today, placing NIO in the #1 spot. Now, as I talked about before, how the tech and software is more important than the actual underlying car sales, NIO would have the best technology in that division of electric vehicles, and they also have the car sales to back it up. And if NIO can continue on this trajectory, we could see a massive increase in stock price, and investors would be very happy. We can learn a little bit more about where investors, retail traders, and big institutions think the stock price of NIO is going to go by taking a look at the option chain. So if we come over here, we're looking at the January 15th expiration date, and these are the call options. So we can see the $50 strike has an open interest of 53,000, and the volume traded today on these contracts was 9,000. That means that there is 53,000 contracts being held in total for this expiration date, and they have not been exercised or closed. They wouldn't be exercised since they are not in the money. But if we go out even farther, we can see that 42,000 is the open interest on the $55 strike. Now, this date is important because it covers NIO Day. It is about a week after the actual event, so investors and options traders will have some time to make a decision with their plays. The implied volatility on these options is incredibly high, which would make sense because NIO is an extremely volatile stock, which is reflected in the price of these contracts. So if you're going to trade these, you're going to need to be careful, and I wouldn't put in any amount of money that you are not willing to lose. Some additional things that NIO has been getting up to is that they're really trying to penetrate the European market in 2021. Now, this is going to happen through a factory that's being built up in Denmark. And this is going to be a full distribution chain where they're going to have a factory, dealerships, service agencies, battery charging stations, and battery swap stations. This is probably mainly what the cost of the capital raise is going to go towards, since they need a lot of capital to get going in a new market. In addition to this, they're going to have robo-taxis in Tel Aviv. And this was because Volkswagen was taking a long time and dragging their feet throughout this process. And the Tel Aviv government thought that it would be a good idea to go with NIO instead of Volkswagen for the time being, and then have Volkswagen come back in and join later. That's going to be it for this video, guys. If you found this video useful and helpful, please go down and drop a thumbs up, and then make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can get notified of all of my new videos, and make sure you hit that notification bell. See you guys next time.